Dan Coats of Indiana. Senator Coats is a member of the Select Committee on Intelligence. Welcome, and I'm sorry it's under these circumstances, Senator. In terms of preventing something like this, whether it's in the United States or Europe, this is an extraordinarily difficult thing for law enforcement, for the intelligence community. If you have somebody who's not on the radar as a jihadist, as a radical extremist, who's a petty criminal, who suddenly decides to turn in this direction.
We have a lot of people that seem to be inspired by what's happening in the Middle East and by some of the publications and stuff that goes over the web and the internet from ISIS. What you said is true. I mean, it's very, very difficult to pinpoint just everyone. I'm told there are 10,000 terrorist affiliated people on the French list and only 5,000 people that can keep track of them. Inevitably, somebody's going to be able to be successful. And particularly if they use means where they're not part of a conspiracy, not part of a larger group, but are inspired to do this kind of thing, it's going to be very, very hard to stop. In my opinion, until we go and stick the dagger in the heart of ISIS and eliminate that core there, we're going to keep hearing about these things, and unfortunately these massacres are occurring on an ever-occurring basis.
Do you think, cutting the head off ISIS essentially would actually stop these kind of attacks, or would some other group, some other, form of the same ideology just take its place? If a lot of these people are sort of so-called self-radicalized, just watching stuff on the internet, does it matter whether or not ISIS is controlling territory in Iraq, in Syria?
Well, I think it does matter because they've had the resources and they've had the physical geographic ability to, in a sense, put an organization together. I think they're the heart of the issue. You're right, there are affiliate groups out there that might want to keep going, but they're going to be easier to track, I think, than ISIS. I mean, the inspiration, this whole jihadist mentality, wrapped in theological basis, has emanated from ISIS, and I think it will send a great signal to these other groups that we're coming after you, but we've hit the core and taken them out. So you don't have somebody to lean back on, or somebody that's going to continue to inspire you to do these kinds of things. We've been doing this
Sorry, go ahead.
We've been doing this incrementally here, but we really haven't taken the step of declaring all-out war against ISIS and doing whatever we need to do to stop this. This incremental, piece by piece is just going to continue to lead to what we've seen in the massacre at Nice.
You believe there should be an actual declaration of war?
I would support a declaration of war. I think Western civilization should be at war with this radical Islamic terrorist operation, and until we declare that and then take what is necessary to win this war, we're going to continue to have breaking news, more of these massacres. It's occurring on an ever-increasing basis. So I think it's time to stand up and say enough is enough.
Dan Coats, I appreciate your time, sir. Thank you very much.